Hello students, welcome back to another English class for class 6. During the last class we have been doing some grammar, right? So the topic was pronoun and kinds of pronoun. So even today also we will continue with a new grammar topic, that is articles. And before starting the lesson, let me tell you that articles is one of the easiest topics in grammar. But here, easy doesn't mean not important, okay? Just like the other topics and the grammar concepts, articles is also very important, right? So let us start with the lesson. Articles is the fourth chapter of your English 2 grammar textbook, and it's in page number 22. The fourth chapter of your grammar textbook. Before starting with articles, let us first try to understand what are vowels. So in your lower section or in your lower classes, you must have studied about vowels, isn't it? What are vowels? In the English language, there are 5 vowels, that is A, E, I, O, U. So before going to articles, you first have to understand what are vowels, and in the English language, there are 5 vowels, that is A, E, I, O, U. So these are the vowels in the English language. Now, what are articles? Here, in the English language, there are 3 articles, only 3. You have to remember only 3. So they are a, and the. Let me repeat again. There are 3 articles in the English language. They are a, and the. So these are articles. And if you look at the textbook, page number 22, they have given the definition of articles in the first part. There are 3 articles in the English language. The words a, and the are called articles. Articles are placed before nouns in a sentence. So in the previous class also, I've been telling you that, if you want to understand the English language and if you want to have a, good command over the English language, then you have to know the 8 parts of speech, right? So here also, we're studying articles, but noun is coming, right? So what are nouns? Nouns are the names of a person, place, or thing, right? So articles a, and the are placed before nouns. That is the first rule of article, okay? And before these 3 articles, first we will do a and n. These are called indefinite articles. The article a and n, they are called indefinite articles. Don't be confused, it is not definite articles, but first we will study about indefinite articles, that is a and n. So here they have given 3 rules in the textbook. Number B, in your textbook, number B, indefinite articles. So here, the first rule is that, if you can see the gray box inside that same page, page 22, the use of indefinite articles a and n indicate that those nouns are being introduced for the first time. So here, see, a book. So a is the article here, indefinite article, right? So they're saying a book or an umbrella. So we are not sure what kind of book or which book, right? But it is a general term, and we are hearing it or understanding it for the first time when the noun is introduced. The noun book and umbrella is introduced, okay? And then the second rule under this indefinite article is that the word an is used with a vowel, right? So I told you that before starting the lesson, we need to understand vowels, that is A, E, I, O, and U, right? So see, in indefinite articles, if the noun, please listen carefully, students, if the noun, the word before the article is starting with a vowel here. See, this is a vowel, right? So, an owl, because O is a vowel, right? So that is why an owl, an honest man. So that here comes the third rule. See, an umbrella, here also it is a vowel, right? And evening, E is a vowel. That's why we are putting an, isn't it? But sometimes in the consonant sound also, here H is a consonant, right? And here also H is a consonant. We all know that this is not a vowel but a consonant. But sometimes we put an. We don't say a honest man. We say an honest man. So why is that? Even if the starting letter of the word is consonant, why are we putting an? Here is the rule, students. Here we don't say Honest. For this one, we don't say honest, isn't that? H is silent here. So we pronounce honest, right? Honest. So that is why, since in the spelling H is there, but while pronouncing H is silent, that is why we say an honest man, right? And here also see, Hour. We pronounce hour, isn't it? We don't say hour, right? Here also the word H is silent and we say an and R, right? So since H is silent and we are pronouncing the vowel sound, that is why we put an. Same here also, an ear, H-E-I-R, ear. So we don't say here. We don't pronounce the word H. So it is ear, right? So that is why we put an. So those are the three rules of indefinite articles. Where do we put indefinite articles a and an? The first one is that when the noun is being introduced for the first time, right? And then we also use an. Okay, so we also use an when the first letter of the word is a vowel, right? And for the third one, sometimes if the consonant letter is silent, then we can put an, like in an honest man, an R, an ear, right? So those are the three rules for indefinite articles. If you understand these rules, then if when you're doing the exercises, you will be more clear, right? So if you look at page number 22, the first exercise, as we are trying to do the explanation and taking the lesson, we can do the exercises also. So here, fill in the blanks with a or an. So the first one, an interesting story. As you're listening, you can write it in your textbook also. An interesting story, because the first letter of the noun is a vowel, right? So that is why an interesting story. Number two is a cup of coffee. So here, C-U-P, cup. So C is a consonant, right? That is why we put A. The third one, an aunt. An aunt. Number four, a funny man. A funny man. The fifth one, an octopus. An artist. An airport. 8, a parrot. A doctor. A headache. A wise owl. So here, the 11th one, if you see, then if the word wise is not there, then we would have put an, isn't it? See, I'll write it here. An owl, right? But since the word wise is here, and then W is a consonant, so that is why we put a wise owl, right? And the 12th one is an announcement. So that is about the indefinite articles, that is A and N. So now, let us try to look at the definite article. So what is the definite article? The. We understood that there are three articles, right? So we have already done two under indefinite articles, isn't it? So one remains. So definite article is the word the. The article the is called definite article, okay? And here also under definite article, there are three rules. The first rule is that a particular person or a particular thing. If we are to use a particular person or a particular thing, then we put the article the. So see, please give me the book lying on the table. So here we are using the article the, isn't it? So when we say a book here under indefinite article, then we don't know which book, isn't it? Which kind of book or where it is lying, we don't know. So it is just a general term, right? But when we put the in the book, please give me the book lying on the table. That means we understand that there is just one book lying on the table, and it is understood that we are referring to the book that is lying on the table. So very particular, pointing to that particular book, right? So there we use the, okay? And then the second rule under definite article is that, if you can see the gray box there, we use the before geographical terms, heavenly bodies and holy books. So that is the second rule of indefinite article. So what are geographical terms, heavenly bodies and the holy book? What are those? Let us try to understand. See here, the Himalayas. This is a geographical term, right? Geography would mean mountains, rivers, places, oceans. All those are geographical terms, right? So the Himalayas, the Yamuna, the Quran, the sun, the Bible. So see, we understand that in this whole wide world, there is only one Himalayas, right? So that is why, since it is a special, unique, just one in this world, that is why we put the word, the article, the, for a geographical term, right? For a mountain, for the name of a mountain. And then the Yamuna. So here also, there are many rivers, but there is just one Yamuna, right? So that is why it is very unique. It is just one. That is why we put the Yamuna. And for holy books also. So what are holy books? Holy books can be the Quran, the Bible, the Gita, right? So all those are holy books, and there are not many Qurans, but just one Quran for the Muslims. And for us Christians, we have the Bible, right? So that is why we put the, because there is only one Quran. So the Quran, and then the Bible. And then for heavenly bodies also. So what are heavenly bodies? Heavenly bodies can be the sun, the stars, the planet, right? So the sun. Why are we putting article the? That is because we have just one sun, isn't it? There are not many suns. That's why we put the, okay? And then the third rule under indefinite article is that we put definite article the, we put in the superlative degree of an adjective, right? So see, this is the superlative degree, the tallest body. So see, we understand that it is the tallest body. There is no other body that is taller than this one. That is why for the superlative or the highest degree, we put the tallest building. So what are the three superlative degrees for what are the three degrees for tall? It is tall, taller, and tallest, right? So this is the third degree under the superlative degree. That is called superlative degree, right? That is why we put the article the. So the tallest building, the strongest boy, the most beautiful girl, the best book. So we put the. I hope you're clear with the 3 rules under definite article. That is, the first one is that we are referring to a particular book on the table. The book lying on the table. So we understand that there is just one book. We are particularly pointing to a certain book, right? And then the second rule is that we put the article the for heavenly bodies, geographical terms, and then for holy books also, right? So that is the second rule. And the third rule is that if something is the tallest or the biggest or the largest, then we put the article the. Okay. So those are the 3 rules under definite articles. So we have learned about articles today, isn't it? A and the. And then A and N is under indefinite articles, right? And then there are 3 rules. The first rule is that it is used, A or N is used to introduce the noun, the word book or umbrella, these are nouns, right? So it is used to introduce the noun for the first time, right? And then we use and when there is vowel in the first letter of the word, right? And then sometimes if the consonant sound is silent, then we put an, like an honest man, an R, and ear. So those are the 3 rules under indefinite articles, isn't it? And the fourth one is that definite article the. So you have already understood about the 3 rules under definite articles, right? If you look into page number 23 in your textbook, students, exercise number 2. Fill in the blanks in the following sentences with a, an, or the. Let us try to work out this exercise. Number 1, I waited for my friend for half an hour. He came with a small kitten. He said that his father had gifted the kitten for his birthday. So that is number 1. Number 2, the movie I saw yesterday was an adventure story. It was about a boy and a tiger who were lost at the sea. Number 3, it is good to be a vegetarian. If you eat a balanced diet, an unbalanced diet does not have important nutrients. Number 4, the teacher who teaches us English is an American lady. She is married to an Indian and has now become a citizen of India. The last one, I saw an old beggar near the road crossing. When the lights turned red, a huge car stopped there. The beggar got up and went to the car. A small boy sitting in the car gave him a 1 rupee coin. So that is the exercise number 2. And as you're doing the exercises and as you're trying to understand the rules, then you will be more clear about articles, that is a, an, and the. So that is all for today, and I'll see you in the next class with a new lesson.